Welcome to a Command & Conquer best of 3 between, in the blue, Rashnagar, normally 206, as Nod, versus in the yellow, it's MarkJFox, playing as a GDI. So, Rashnagar moved their construction yard a little bit to expand to these fields a little easier, quite a bit easier. Whereas Mark didn't do that, and because of that has their construction yard up, well, refinery up earlier, and we'll have to rely on these two fields a bit more. Whereas, well, look at that efficiency. Well, cut now, Mark. I was like talking about efficiency, then you're supposed to be efficient. You didn't do that. Come on now. Now it's actually like Rashnagar who has the like same efficiency pretty much. Anyways, Apache for Rashnagar, because that's what they're known for, what they're good at. Yes, I think that's fair to say. And let me turn the health pods back on. So, yeah. Going for that third ref there, which is quite a bit more efficient compared to the third ref here. And the fourth one as well. Okay, greedy, because these fields are not that large. Those run out. Like, look at how much you've already harvested from this field. These are not sustainable, like they really aren't. You have to move southwards. And, oh, give it to me. No, they're not giving it to me. But, yeah, the Apache is doing okay, but like, not as satisfying as it could have been with one flamethrower shot, taking them all down. Oh well. What? Right. Last two grenadiers cleaned up, and now it's quiet, very quiet. So quiet that you can almost hear me asking you to subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty sure you can. And now you're getting deafened by the Apache, so now you don't actually hear it anymore. So, Grenadiers still alive, surprisingly enough, not anymore. But last one does get a shot off. Very good job, Grenadier. Multiple throws. Nicely done. Anyways, double Apache now on this side for Rashnagar, whereas there is a war factory now out for MarkJFox. Your 4 refs, I'm gonna be honest, it has not paid off. MarkJFox in the yellow. Sure, you're like a couple hundred ahead, but that's going to slow down relatively quickly, right? Just because of the efficiency of these fields. They just can't match, well, these 3, pretty much. And in the meantime, Rashnagar is just picking off units one by one. Sometimes even taking down multiples in a single shot with those Apaches. Another ref coming out, though this one really isn't that efficient, and it's in quite a like dangerous position, in a vulnerable position, it really is. And Harvester is under attack. Humvee cleaned up, alright. Now it's just one tank and one Humvee. Without an airstrip here, that's kind of difficult, but turret is going to do quite a good job. Couple of flamethrowers to deal some damage. However, those all go down in a fiery ball. Now, Mark with their communication center has, of course, unlocked flame tanks. No, they haven't, because they are not Nod. But anyways, they have now gotten to, like, this other field, which is very nice. Because now, look at those fields, like, they're completely barren. I'm just going to check and see. Toggle cache. Over the last 30 seconds, which is an imperfect metric, to say the least. The eco for Rashnagar was already better, and it's going to drop hard for Mark once those fields are completely dry. Then they've got to run so far that they'll probably drop down to like 800, 900. However, what are they going to do about it? Not much, right? Because the advanced guard tower, the best anti-air GDI has, is able to take down one whole Apache. And it couldn't even save that construction yard. Oh, that's bad. well, that was it. That's GG. Yeah, look at that, Mark. Where's your eco now, Mark? It's not here, that's for sure. So, yes, let me just pull it back up. And we check on that eco. Flamethrower is going down, grenadier is going down, okay, okay. And you know what? The advanced guard tower is still doing its best. But it can't even get in range of those Apaches now. And oops, there goes a war factory. Right. You know what? I'm surprised at how well the eco for Mark is holding up. Like, still like 1700, 1800, though now they're going to drop, it seems. No, not even. Slightly. It's actually not too bad, though they are still at like a third of what the enemy has. So it's debatable if it's not too bad, but oh well. It's better than I thought. 1300, okay. It's dropping hard. Okay. Anyways, rocket soldiers to deal with Apaches, not a good idea. Obelisk light on the other side. Flamethrowers make quick work of all of those rocket soldiers. And yes, they're taking heavy damage, those Apaches. Sure, but that's the only, like, somewhat efficient refinery taken down. On the other side though, look at it. Two little medium tanks are able to just push away those Apaches, aren't taken down that easily by Apaches, are out of range of the turret now. So Rashnagar has to rely on that Hand of North now. And oh, I remember, Rashnagar wasn't going to be using airstrip this tournament, because this is the losers bracket from the like Titan Season 12 tournament. I was wondering, like, where is the airstrip, but they are not going to use it. That's right. So they've got to rely on fun things like Apaches, Obelisks of Light, and a lot of Hands of Nod. And you might need like that Hand of Nod to produce some like flamethrowers there. Anyways, if you can't take down the power, because they've still got 270 power left over, just take down their anti-air with your air. You know what, I thought Advanced Guard Tower was at least better than that. Like, do Apaches just get a buff when they're in the hands of like Rashnagar? Somehow? Is the game really that rigged? But it's fine. 6,000 in the bank. Hardly has a way to spend it. Killing their own flamethrowers just because of, well, that's what they like to do. And that barracks is not going to live long. Right. Is it going to go down yet? No, because it's being repaired, because MarkJFox thinks they have a chance. I doubt it, but if they have a chance, it has to come from here. Where are their units again? I thought they had a big ball of grenadiers here. Did they all just die with those flamethrowers that I was hoping that were going to do that? Oh, too bad, Mark. It's GG now. And they seem to agree. They just wanted to try with those last couple of units. So, GG, game 1 goes to Rashnagar. This time on Clown Alcatraz, so no Apaches for Rashnagar. It is in the red. Oh, now I forgot and it didn't save it, of course. I think this is Rashnagar with GDI versus MarkJFox in the yellow as GDI as well. It's a GDI mirror. Oh, I think so. Anyways, yellow with their first officer earlier, and that's probably going to lead to like more things earlier. And are they going to get more things earlier? There it is, indeed, second one is out for them earlier as well. However, this is a big deal. Scouting in a GDI mirror is important, because now they can like go for orca switches, hunt it down, they can force the enemy to like take preventive measures to like not have you switch into walkout by like building rocket soldiers around their construction yard, to have you not snipe it, but then they spend like 1500 on rocket soldiers, which are useless for the most part. So seems like yellow is not actually going to do that. Over here, refinery seems slightly more spread out, but over here they've got 4 of them now, is in low power, minus 25. And going to have 4th one in the middle soonish there, I assume, because it's like you sold it. Yes, okay, indeed. Looking purely at like strategy, I would say like yes. Rashnagar is probably our red player. They would have tried more, they would have been able to like deny the scouting. So I'm just going to assume that Rashnagar is in the red. Yes, I'm going to do that. Now, over here, Grenadiers throwing grenades and all that. And War Factory is out. Okay. 4 refs, 1 War Factory. 5 refs, no War Factory yet. And Grenadiers getting some good shots off in the middle. What are you going for next? Are you also going for a War Factory now? And that's also not really a way to like spot if it's Rashnagar, because they are allowed, they do allow themselves to build War Factory. Just looking at like time from the last building, I would assume it's a War Factory. It's been a while since we've seen anything. And scouting could very well come in now, though 1 Grenadier and all of a sudden there is no scouting. And indeed, it was a War Factory. Right. Going to try and spider on downwards in order to get some very efficient eco on this large field down here. And indeed, some scouting has happened. Double Humvee? Okay, sure thing. Let's see what you can do with it. Because I do not really know. It's double medium tank in the middle, and if you only now found that out, I question how well you've looked at your own scouting. But yeah, 5 Humvees out. That's... You're not playing Nord, right? And no, this is not standard GDI behavior. This is an addicted Nord player who just wants to have their buggies back. You can't have your buggies, Rash. Anyways, Humvees and Orcas. Not Apaches, Orcas. Right. Sure. Like, they are quite fast. They are, like, really fast compared to what everything else GDI has. Like, the 2 fastest units, I think. Maybe APC is faster. Not sure, actually. But anyways, 3 Orcas, a boom, and that's the weapons factory, war factory, gone. So, yeah. You have to build another one now. No defenses here. Could block eco, could destroy eco, could just run away, desert you. Right, in the middle. Now, again, infantry gets countered by Humvee without too many difficulties. And Orca does counter medium tank quite well. So the combination isn't even that weird. It's also just not the standard. And it's like... I would say it's probably a lot more difficult to control than just your standard armies like medium tank with a grenadier push. Just because Orcas are stupid and they go back to their heli plate every single time and don't actually just do what you want them to do in your mind. You can't use mind control on them, that's really annoying. And now it's just a single medium tank over here. That gets cleaned up without too many difficulties. Down south, Grenadiers cleaned up, which means that there is nothing to stop these Humvees. They can just stop these harvesters from unloading by like sitting in the entrance. Now going to damage the construction yard. Isn't going to die. It's not, but it will be damaged. Now another 3 little Grenadiers, which are actually doing a surprisingly good job. However, last Humphrey does get out, and there are another 4 here. What are you going to use to defend against them? I'm not really sure, and your eco over here is all out. You're harvesting from the middle, which is far away. Now, construction yard under fire does survive, however power plant doesn't. And our red player still has some eco over there, is already harvesting the northern field, which is far away, sure, and they're also harvesting down south. But they've got the middle a lot more efficiently. Like, these 4 are just awful right now. Over here, Humvees get, like, almost cleaned up, or they do just barely get cleaned up. Nope, they don't. They barely do not get cleaned up. And Orca's going to deny the barracks as well as they can. Orcas aren't strong, so they're not actually able to do it. Like, they only barely damage it. And there we've got a soggy rocket soldier, which is still able to get a kill, which is more than you can say of most rocket soldiers. In the middle, going to ignore the harvester could be a bad idea if it goes up and drives over. And with those Humvees as well, infantry isn't really a big problem. But advanced guard tower there should be able to defend okay against Orcas. Now Orca is going to go after that war factory, and that is gone. Orcas do survive because they have speed upgrades. They've got afterburners, and yes, the war factory goes down. Orcas do survive, all 5 of them. And there are just 5 helipads as well, so it's also going to be quick. It's also going to be quick to rearm. And then it's just a matter of, like, how is Yellow going to deal with it? These Orcas are just able to snipe those medium tanks. Infantry isn't able to get close to these Humvees either. So yes, it's difficult to control, I feel. But it's actually working quite well. And considering we've got Rash versus MarkJFox, I do think it's Rash who's, like, doing this because they like the style. I mean, who else says, oh, let me just not use an airstrip, right? So yeah, don't really think that's going to be a question anymore. As for who won, well, no, not who won, but like who is red, who is the, like, who is Rash. Over here, not actually trapping that harvester, which is a little surprising, and because of that it is almost, or it is going to survive. It is going to survive. That's actually, like, really surprising. Had they all just sat in a line, it couldn't actually go through and had to go around. After which you could have easily destroyed it, but it's fine. It'll be picked off anyways. There it goes, okay. And over here, field is gone. Southern field is completely for Rash. And the northern field, Rash is the only one who's efficiently able to harvest from it. So unless this push does something amazing, which honestly, I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to do anything amazing. I think it's over. Because this push has been pretty much cleaned up. It's double war factory. If there's no war factory, we've got such an aggressive harvester over here that it's just going through the enemy base. And even then, it's going to survive. I mean, you don't make that trip just as a holiday, because of how dangerous it is, but nope, the harvester just survives without issues. And I'm pretty sure it's about to be a cleanup, or a sell-off. One of the two, because, oh, repair pad as well. Are you now going into APCs? But no, indeed, a sell-off it is. GG. 2-0, which means that Rashnagar wins this best of 3 with a significant eco lead.